and welcome back to the office. We did it! 20 days, 2,642 miles or something crazy like that, just on the Beeve and the motorhome. Plus we did over 500 miles between our day trips with the Jeep and the truck. And I'm figuring like 150 miles on our feet or on our bikes. So it was miles of smiles is what we're calling it, like lots and lots and lots of miles. But we made it and we had a great time. So much learned. So many things that I have to talk about. So many things that you will get to see. And trust me, you get to see it all. Like I recorded it all as we went along. So you'll get to see that coming up soon. But what I also realized is, hey, who wants to go on vacations? Like, there's so many rad vacations out there. And if you want to go on a vacation and you want an opportunity for me to help you put a vacation together or a trip together, maybe you need a trip route, maybe you want to just go see this and that and that and this, that is now an open conversation. So reach out to me, email me direct, and I'm going to do custom plans for you and your vacation, your family, based on what you want, based on what you're doing. And we'll start that off and have some fun with that. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you've been seeing quietly, because I don't always post everything that we're doing, but if you've been seeing quietly or you're like, hey, I really want to go explore this state, I have done all the states except for 2. And those I'm trying to get in this year somehow. I'm still working on that. One I will definitely get in. I'm not sure about the other one. The other one's a rad state, so I want to go spend some time in it. But I've definitely taken the nation by storm at some point in time and have done all the different states and have been able to explore, and happy to help you explore those states as well with what you want. But with that, July is somehow coming to a close, and August is already coming in hot. Like, man, we got stuff coming up and it is coming in fast. So I hope you guys are prepared. These things have been on your calendar for a long time. This is nothing new. And we've been talking about it for a long time. Again, nothing new. Jeep Jamboree. So that's very first. The Rubicon Trail, Camp Rubicon is coming up August 3rd to the 6th. We'll be on the Rubicon Trail having a great time. And with that, it's Camp Rubicon. So this one's really cool because it's very focused on the kids. They allow kids 6 to 17 to be a kid, and you're learning while they're there. So like, we're going to have some of our instructional scenarios out there. We're going to do a scavenger hunt. We're going to do some fun things as part of the kids camp, Camp Rubicon. So if you have kids and you're looking for that last minute thing to do, if you haven't already committed, because we got a great group going, then make sure that you're a part of it. And that is coming up fast. Jeep Jamboree, Camp Rubicon. Let me know if you're interested, but it's nothing new on our calendar. So then the next one is slightly new. We only added this one about 6 weeks ago, but today the registration is open for you. We've been talking about it a lot. This is Sierra Trek, and that is August 8th to the 10th. Or 10th to the 13th. So there's like the 8th to the 13th, or there's a little cuts in between. And that's because we invited ourselves along on a 2-day overnight trip up in the Sierra Nevadas, where we will be able to look down over Lake Tahoe. We'll be able to see all of the gorgeousness that happened, learn about the Donner Party. We actually have an Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame inductee who is going to lead us and take us on this trip. They're going to feed us. Like, I kind of feel backwards. Like, wow, somebody's taking me out and going to take care of me and feed me. Like, this is so exciting. So, yes, it's the exact same thing. I talked to our trail guide yesterday. He was super excited about the route. Typical me fashion. He's like, but I'm still trying to decide which lake we're going to camp at. And I'm like, I get it. No stress. Doesn't bother me at all. And his number one thing was bring mosquito spray, right? Like, bring the bug spray. They're going to be as big as semi-trucks this year, but that shouldn't scare us off. We're bigger than that. We're tougher than that. So that's the overnight trip, and that's the Wednesday, Thursday, like super early Wednesday morning. We'll be out all day, camp Wednesday night, and we'll be back to the main camp area for Sierra Trek on Thursday. And then if you all don't want to do that, that's fine. The next portion of it is just coming to the Sierra Trek event, which is from Thursday night until Sunday morning. It's very easy to get to. You don't need a significant vehicle. You can bring just a regular car and hang out with us for the weekend, to be quite honest about it. Bring something and camp in and come have a great time. So that is Sierra Trek. You can look it up if you go to ladiesoffroadnetwork.com/2023-Sierra Trek. The link is there. I am asking you to register with us as Ladies Off-Road Network. It'll get you a special gift and it'll put you into our scene. By registering there, you will get the link that is specific for Ladies Off-Road Network in order to register. And I tell you step by step in that confirmation email how to register. So that should take care of all that business. You'll also get the link into our Mighty Networks area, which is where we're having our conversation. If you want to look into the detail on the Camp Rubicon, you're still interested in doing that, I'm sure we can get you in. It's ladiesoffroadnetwork.com/2023-Camp Rubicon. But that's the Rubicon Trail. This is a 10. This is something that we've been preparing for a long time. So either way, doesn't matter. Like, you see where they're very different. We got a lot, or just you do you, bring you, come hang out and be part of the event. Now, if you are coming to be part of the Sierra Trek event, I am going to make something very clear, is us as Ladies Off-Road Network, we are volunteering. So we're actually going to help volunteer at the bar, which I thought was very fitting for our group. And we're going to have a lot of fun with it. And that's what gets us our discounted rate. So if you're not interested in helping out at the bar, or it doesn't fit into your plans, then you would just go ahead and do the regular rate for Sierra Trek. And it is all a fundraiser. So all of this is a fundraiser for helping keep our public lands open in the California area. So just keep that in mind too as you're working through that event, and if it works into your schedule or not. So Jeep Jamboree Camp Rubicon Trail is August 3rd to the 6th. And then we're going to stay in the Sierra Nevadas, and Sierra Trek is August 8th to the 13th, or 10th to the 13th if you don't do the 2-day trip. Then we're going to come back for a timeout, regroup, and then head to Colorado. So we're going to Loveland, Colorado for the 3rd Overland Expo event of the year. So this will be the one in Colorado, Mountain West. There is still absolutely the opportunity for you to register, to get your camping in, and get everything organized for you to meet up with us there in Colorado. I am looking for some people to hang out with me. So if you are coming, make sure you let me know. And let's have some fun in our area that we have as well. So make Ladies Off-Road Network, Ladies Overland Network, Ladies Outdoor Network, Ladies Camping Network, Ladies Racing Network your home base at the Overland Expo. We have plenty of space and love to have you hang out with us there. So not much different from the other two that we've done. We'll have all of our stuff out, and if there's something that you want to learn, then that's great. We'd be happy to help you out with that. Otherwise, we're just trying to really get Then, woo! As if that wasn't enough, as if August wasn't hot enough, here comes September, sliding in like a home run, saying, don't forget about me. And September is our convention. So y'all got the cleanest, lamest email ever from me on Friday night at probably 9 o'clock your time or later that said, hey, if you don't need a fancy website, here's the link in order to be a part of the convention. I am proud of you. Man, did we get some ladies that are like, I don't need a fancy website. I know I'm coming. And shabam, here you are. So very proud of you, very thankful for you. As soon as you register for the convention, you get your camping and hotel information. And so that gives you the way to either register for camping or in order to get your hotel code that is very secretive. We do not want that to get out, please. And thank you. And then you also have Networks, our network area. And there is a ton of information booked in there. Like, I spent a lot of time already putting so much. And in some ways I worked backwards, and now we have a website. So I kind of did a little bit of backwards spin, but it works, and it's working. So the website, the fancy website, if you need it, you need the detail, it'll be coming up this week. The people that are in this first phase, now remember, the why do we want to register early thing is because we're going in phases as Then later, in about 4 weeks, you're going to be registering for your seminars, your adventures. You're going to tell me if you're going to bring a pro tip table. You're going to tell me if you're going to bring your vehicle and put it on the show and tell, right? You're going to tell me about these things. And so we do those in phases, because the first people first, and then, right? And some things do sell out. Like, we do have certain seminars where we can only have 10 people. Like, it does not make any sense to have any more than 10 people because their hands are just in the way. So, and remember, a lot of this stuff is hands-on. So the sooner that you register, that gets you to the top of the pick. So you get the picks of what you want. And as things continue to progress here, you're going to see me, like, basically, sorry ladies, here's my goal. I'm going to build a ton of FOMO on the people that aren't coming, because it is so much awesomeness that we have to provide in seminars and activities and that, yeah, I cannot wait to start rolling it out. But we're almost there. So the fancy website should be up this week or so, and that will be the next group. As soon as that fancy website hits, that will then be the next group of people that will be able to register. That's when I'll cut it. So if you're interested, go find that link or email me at Charlene@Ladies Networks. Don't forget the S at the end, Networks. And I will email you the link right back. I put it into the chat tonight for our 4 o'clock call. And if you're not on the 4 o'clock call, make sure that you guys take a minute and do that. Like, today was really cool. We had some great questions. It was pretty RV oriented, actually. Like, we were talking about diesel pushers, and then we were talking about trailers that can take on Jeeps. We were talking about some event stuff, but I also show my screen. So, like, as we were talking about what a DFP is, you know, I looked it up, showed it what it was, and now you're actually visually looking at what we're talking about as well. So, lots of information. We all learned something. I learned something too. Like, I just learned about all this DFP, DPF. I'm even messing it up right now. See? It's okay. It's okay, because we all learn along the way. And that is the fun of it. So make sure that you guys put that 4 o'clock call into your routine, if that's something that you're able to do. And when I say timing, ladies, it's always Pacific time. So it's 4 o'clock Pacific time. And then right after 5 o'clock is here. So 5 o'clock Pacific time is our live at 5. Great question about dogs at the convention. So here's my thing with animals and pets. And there's a possibility that it can be warm in September. So if you have a true traveling pet, like if your pet travels with you all the time, as Piston and Oil travel with me all the time, and this is where your definition has to be clear, then they get it, right? They know how to travel. They know what's going on. They can be left all day because you're used to leaving them all day. And then when you come back and you walk them for a minute, they can go back and they can be happy little campers. If it's a dog that is typically at home and doesn't understand camping, and you think that they're going to be in the convention the entire time, that's something where I'd prefer that you don't do it and you find somebody to take care of them. You know, the other piece of the pie too is we're going to be gone. We're going to be doing things. We're going to be busy. And I also know how that deal is in the back of your mind. It's just like your kids and your husband and, you know, or your animal. Like, do I have to take care of them? Are they okay? What's happening? Piston, like, did he escape again? Did he get out? Oh my gosh, Piston got out the other night at our friend's house in the middle of this farmland. In the middle of the night too, of course. We're eating dinner, and at 11 o'clock I come out and Piston's missing. I'm like, he figures out how to open that plastic piece of the door. Even though we got it jerry-rigged, he still got out. Oh, Piston! So, I do appreciate Piston, though, because I yelled his name like 5 or 6, 10, 20 times from the door of the motorhome, and he came out of the woodworks. So, I was happy about that. But anyways, so those are the things that you got to think about, right? And so the answer is, it depends. You make the best decision for yourself. But as far as them being inside all day and part of the scene, I'd prefer not. Everybody has their own allergy issues and all kinds of other stuff that's happening as well. So, But do we deal with service dogs? Absolutely. Like if that's something that needs to happen, no problem. Yeah. So I think it's just really a case by case basis if you should or shouldn't. And you're the only one that knows that answer. So there's all the conversation that goes into into a very complex but not complex answer. Yeah. Okay. Sound good? All right. And on that note, we got a lot of fun things going on. So going back to how I started this is we just got back from a trip that was all of Oregon. So it was 20 days. So it was all of Oregon. We popped into Idaho, popped into Utah, and then we did Colorado. So I would say if you were to think about like, we really did Oregon and we did a portion of Colorado, and the other ones we kind of traveled through in our own way. But if you are interested in going on a vacation, you're interested in going on something, but you're kind of at that point where you're like, I really want to go do this, but I don't know how to plan it. I don't know how to make it happen. Get that planning aspect together. So I'm going to start doing that for you. And it can be two ways. Either you can say, this is what I want to do, and I can make something very designed for you. Or I can say, okay, here's some that I've designed for other people, and you can just take off of this one and, organize it in your own ways. So you will start seeing that come out. That was one of the benefits that came out of this trip. Because I've done these summer vacations now a lot. I've traveled all over the country. There's 2 states that I haven't made it to, according to Google. And Google is wrong, because one of those states I've definitely been to, and I spent a lot of time there. It was just before Google apparently started tracking me. And then there's another state, it's one of the little ones back there in the East Coast that I guarantee you I didn't drive through or hang out in, because when I was back there the last time, I was in the Beeve. So it didn't really make sense. Like, we went all the way up to Maine and we hung out in Maine and then we came back down, but I can tell you I missed that state. So we're going to hit that one when we're on the East Coast this year somehow. So I can get them all into my list. And throughout, like, over the last 4 or 5 years, well, let's see, how we've been doing Ladies Off-Road Network for 8 years now. So, forever I've been able to travel around the country with my off-road jobs, thankfully, like, ultra thankful for that. And then with doing Ladies Off-Road Network and the travel, my attitude changed a little bit, right? Where I would always go, and I would get to a state or I'd get to an event, and then I'll come in at the last minute and I'll leave as soon as I can. My attitude has changed now, where it's like, okay, we're going to go to this event. We're probably going to get there right at the last minute, because that's just the way it is when we're leaving for things. But we're going to stay for a couple extra days, and we're going to experience the area, and we're going to see what's going on, right? And see what's happening. And so we've done that. Or when we went on our tours, we would pull into the highlights of that state as we went by. So I'm very thankful for that, which also gives me a lot of opportunity in order to help you out and make sure that you can go and see cool things while you're out on your travel trip. So that's something that we're putting out there. There's a few other things that came out of this trip as well. I was pre-running some things. I was working a lot, regardless, whether you know it or not, whether your email got returned or not. And so there's some other things, but I have to wait until the convention to announce them. Sorry, not sorry. I know. I'm just gonna go ahead, throw a carrot. It's fine. It's going to be one of those moments right now. So announce it at the convention. Then, of course, as we all know, during December is the 5 days of giving, and that's when the dates get put on your calendar for the next year. And if you don't know that, you may also not know that that these dates, like the Jeep Jamboree trip, the Rubicon Trail trip, has been on the calendar since last December. It's nothing new. So you can always go to our calendar, ladiesoffroadnetwork.com/calendar, and see what's there now and what's coming up. So these Live at 5s definitely help you, but you can always look there, and you can always get the links, always get the information, glance, see what's going on. Those are the big national events. And then as we get closer to some things like the Oregon event, you know, all of a sudden it popped in about 6 weeks ahead. The Sierra Trek popped in about 6 weeks ahead because we were already going to be there for the Rubicon. So there are some things that we'll add in, but the big stuff is there. So I hope that that helps with some planning scenarios for the future as well. Or if you're like, wait a second, I didn't know about this. I'm like, I don't know how to help. We're here every Tuesday. We're talking about stuff every Tuesday, and there's a calendar available. So utilize it. And then be part of our December, be part of our convention where I blabble like this and tell you all kinds of cool things. And then by December, I got it knocked out, lined out, dates handled, and then we execute throughout the year. So that's the goal. All right? That's how we roll around here. It's a little crazy. But we have a lot of fun doing it. And I appreciate every single one of you that's here, especially right now, and those watching after. Thank you. Throw a heart. Everybody throw a heart. I appreciate you guys very much for being a part of this crazy journey that we call Ladies Networks now, because it's Ladies Offer, Overlands, like all the cool. And we're all together. So have a great rest of your Tuesday. I will see you online. Jump into Mighty Networks if you haven't been there for a while. Oh, and my challenge, ladies. Guess what? I'm getting naggy. I got 6 weeks, less than that now, 5.75 weeks to be naggy at you. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can get one challenge done. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. There's one you can absolutely get done. Guess what? There's 4 that you can get done that will increase your off-roadism, like, whoosh, awesomeness. And you don't even have to hit a trail. Oh my gosh, I think I counted up that there were 7 challenges that you can do without a vehicle, basically from the convenience of your couch. So, ladies, just because you don't have a vehicle, doesn't matter. Yours might got broken too, right? Things happen. But that should not stop you from learning. And that's why you started the challenge in the first place. So, here comes Naggy Charlene. Time to get it done. And I will see you guys all online. Until I go to the Rubicon, then I'm out. And then I'll see you on the Rubicon. I'll see you at Sierra Trek. I'll be back online for a minute. And then I'll see you in Colorado. All right, so that's really the plan. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night. Let's get things done. Yay.